Pulled up, Trevor was already there. I believe there was another car there already, and everybody was banging on the front door. There was no answer. I started to go around the side of the house, and I met Trevor. He was coming back. He'd already been around the back, and he's yelling to get Womack ASAP. And we both went back and went into the house. I'm sorry, what? Well, he just said, get Womack ASAP, and we both went back into the house, and we got inside. There was like a small utility room in the back of the house into the master bedroom and a small bathroom off to the side, I believe. And as soon as we walked in, I saw Colette's body, and I saw Jeff MacDonald's body, Jeff MacDonald lying facing away from the door, but lying next to her. At first, I thought it was a homicide-suicide, but then he started to move, and I went in, I got down next to him, and he's saying, check my kids. Check my kids. I heard my kids. And I said, don't worry, somebody's going to, check them. They said that, I think Trevor I don't know if it was Trevor or one of the others that said, I just said, don't worry about it. We're taking care of your kids. And he goes out, he says, I have an pneumothorax. I need a chest tube. And I knew what he was talking about. So he sort of passed out. I started giving him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. That was basically it. I'm sorry. Well, that wasn't it. That was the beginning of it. Yeah. So I don't know if somebody went through the house and opened the front door for the lieutenant, or if he came around the back. I had my back to them. I was working on MacDonald, and I asked him, I said, what happened? What happened? He goes, 4 of them, the hippies hit him again and killed the pigs. Look at my wife. I said, don't worry about your wife. I'll take care of your wife. And I was between him and Colette, and I was trying to work on him and keep him, try to keep him calm until we could get medical. I said, who did this? And he starts describing, says, a black man with sergeant stripes, a field jacket and sergeant stripes, and a woman. What I saw was Colette. She had her arm up over her head. I found out later on her arm was broken. Her breasts were partially exposed. Pajama tops had been ripped down. She's covered in blood, quite a bit of blood. One eye was wide open, the other was shut. She had wounds all over. MacDonald was off to the side and facing away from us when we first went in. Pajama top, which became sticking point later on, was apparently on her. It stuck to her, covered in blood. That was basically it at the time. The sheets and blankets were off the bed, at the foot of the bed, which would have been off to my right and to the back. I was still in the bedroom attending to MacDonald. So they brought him down the hall. We put him on a gurney as we were taking him up the hall. He tried to get up. When we got to the kids' bedrooms, he tried to push his way up out of, and we pushed him back down on the gurney and got him out. Jurisdictional friction going on. I had very serious doubts that night. Well, Colette was stabbed, I don't know, I don't remember exactly. It's been 48 years, but 20 some odd times. Her arm is broken, her jaw is broken, her skull is fractured. The 2 children, 2-year-old is stabbed 17, 18 times, so violently that the knife or ice pick went through her chest and through her back into the mattress. The 5-year-old, I believe her throat was slashed too. The 5-year-old was stabbed to death many times. And Jeff MacDonald has a little tiny red mark on his forehead above his eyebrow. And he says, I need a chest tube. I can't breathe. He had a puncture in his side. You're a Green Beret. He was a wrestler and a football player in high school and college and everything. He's very well built. He's sleeping on the couch in the living room. His wife is sleeping at the opposite end of the house in a bed by herself because the child had wet the bed. The 2 girls are in opposite bedrooms on the hallway. He wakes up, he's startled, and there's 3 guys and a girl standing there, and he tries to get up, and they hit him with a 2x4, and he's wrestling, and he's fighting for his life. Now, doesn't happen. I mean, if you're going to go in and wipe out a family, you take the husband out first. He's your biggest threat. It's not a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old and a pregnant woman. And you don't overkill them like that and leave him with a scratch on his forehead and a small puncture wound in his side. The living room where this fight supposedly happened, I mean, other than the table being overturned, it's really nothing. I mean, I've done more damage in my own living room, wrestling with my dogs and all, than he did fighting for his life with 3 people. So right from the start, I had very serious doubts as to the story.